So the first thing you're going to need is this bunny form. I got this one at Family Dollar. I've also seen them at Dollar Tree. They come covered with this tinsel garland, and you just find the end and unwrap it. These little nubs on the side here, I took my wire cutters and just snipped them off. A sharp pair of scissors would probably do the same thing. You don't want them sticking out and messing up the look of your project. You're also going to need some white faux fur. I've also got that. I got that at Dollar General for $1 or $2. You can find it anywhere. Some gauze, scissors, hot glue gun, creepy bunny face, and some white felt. So now I'm just going to glue this felt to the front of the face. I cut mine into 3 strips just to make it a little easier to go across and fold it on the back. And the reason for this is it gives it a little more support, first of all. But the creepy bunny face, which I promised I'd explain that to you, I'm getting there. It's printed on rice paper, and you can see through the areas where there's no ink. So the white background will just make the detail show up much better. And what I did was, it's rice paper I got from Amazon, and an image I purchased from Etsy digital download. I'll leave the links for both in the description for you. And what you do is you print it on the rice paper and put 2 coats of Mod Podge on the front and back. And what you end up with is kind of a almost leathery texture. It's sturdy and it's very pliable, so it works very well for this project. And I discovered that I do a lot of busted canvas, which reminds me, I'm going to have to do a video of some busted canvas. One of my favorite things to do. The texture of it came out, like I said, this leathery feel. And I was like, I wonder what I could do with just a piece of the rice paper with Mod Podge. Well, there you have it. That's how that happened. But anyway, I know it's pretty gruesome, the images that I chose, but we are going to cover up the worst of it, because we just want the one eye, the nose, and maybe some of the teeth to show. And you can also use whatever image you want. You can find any royalty-free image. You can even just do a goofy looking bunny. You can do it however you want. But I do enjoy the horror and the macabre. So anyway, that's up to you. That's your own personal preference, obviously. But yeah, I'm still gluing felt, aren't I? I probably should have clipped a little bit of that out, but that's okay. So while we're chatting, I want to give a shout out to Amber. Her channel is called This Southern Girl Can, and that's where I got the idea to do a Creepster video to start with, because my favorite is Halloween. Her favorite is Halloween. And I just love watching her because she's very upfront and real. She's just herself, and her attitude is, if you don't like it, then move along, pretty much. Anyway, that's where I got the idea. I don't know if she came up with it, but that's where I saw it. And I got the idea for this mummy. I had this bunny face laying around, and I thought, let's see what happens. So there you have it. The felt's all glued on. And now we're going to get our creepy bunny face. I love the creepy bunny face. So I'm just going to find the spot, fold it over, where I'm going to trim the top off. End up taking maybe 3 inches off the top. Look at him, ain't he cute? Actually pretty creepy. Pretty creepy. And see how I lay it on there, and it just kind of lays right where you want it. Lays right on down into the shape. Adjust it, get it, get the eye and nose about where it would be. I did pretty good with the proportions, not too bad. Maybe a little big, but again, once you get all the fur and gauze on it, you can't tell. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. So I've got another shout out real quick. My absolute favorite YouTuber, her name is Brandy, and her channel is called Making It My Own DIYs. And she's just got this delightful southern accent. I could listen to her for days. But I stumbled across one of her Halloween wreath videos. And that's how I ended up starting doing this again. I've always enjoyed crafting here and there and making wreaths, but once I saw what she was doing, I was obsessed. I was hooked. So I made this really cute witch wreath, and then from there it just went crazy. So I thought, well, what am I going to do with all this? I've done a couple of shows, and that's okay, but I mean, I'm 55 now. I can only do shows for so long. It's a lot of work hauling everything back and forth and setting up. But I do enjoy it, so I'll continue to do that here and there. But I thought, you know what? Why not try making some videos? I've played around with YouTube enough to where I could figure it out. So here we are. And I would really appreciate it if you consider subscribing. Help my channel grow. I would love to be able to do this. It's my happy place to just craft, and I'd love to paint things, etc. But anyway, all right, I'm babbling. So here we've got the white fur, and we're just gonna cut it into about a 3-inch wide strip. I got that at Dollar General, and it comes in like a rectangle, maybe about 10 or 12 inches long or something. So I cut it a little longer than half, about 3 inches wide, and just glue it to the sides. Because we're only going to need to do it on the sides and a little bit on the ears, so that we just have some that'll poke out from underneath the gauze. That's the idea. So anyway, I'll have the links to the Southern Girl Can and Making It My Own DIYs both. I recommend you check them both out. But yeah, Brandy on Making It My Own, she does a little. There's something for everyone on her channel. She does such a diverse mix of things. She does woodland things. She does Halloween. I think Halloween's her favorite. The cutest Halloween. She's not into the gory stuff. Hers is always cute Halloween, which I also love that too. Doesn't have to be gory. It's always fun to me. But like I said, she does a little bit of everything. Oh, if you like Victorian Halloween or Victorian Christmas, she's your gal. So you really should check her out. So yeah, we're just trimming up this fur over here. And you see we're covering up the bloody part of the face. Whoop, oh, look, oh, I almost glued it right over top of the eye. I was like, whoops, don't want to do that. I don't want that eye to show. Yeah. That would have made a mess. We got glue all over everything. And we just fold the fur over the back. Make sure it attaches. And I use Gorilla Glue sticks. They dry clear, and everyone raves that they seem to hold up better than like a generic kind. But now my glue gun is just a Dollar General. You know, if it lasts me a couple months, fine. I think I paid $11 or $12 for it. But I don't think you have to have like the latest and greatest in glue guns. You just have good glue like the Gorilla Glue. But I do recommend you get a dual temp glue gun for any project, because you can put it on low And when you're doing something like this, you know, you're gluing fabric to itself. And I've got the finger protector. I think I was wearing it earlier, but I'm used to it. I burn myself on the hot glue constantly. But it can burn you. But if you're on low temp, you're not gonna get a bad burn. So here we are. I've got the fur glued on. I put some on the forehead and on the ears. Now I'm taking a brown eyeshadow. If you've got brown eyeshadow or blush or something like that, and just a paintbrush, and we're gonna dirty up that fur a little bit. You know, a mummy bunny is not going to have clean, pretty white fur. And there you can see I've got it all dirtied up real nice. And just put as much as you want on there. Looks pretty good. And it works well. And like you can go to Dollar Tree and just get a cheap brown eyeshadow. So I have this roll of gauze. Now I don't have a full roll, and I kind of ran out. I mean, it was enough to do it, but if you have a full roll, you're not going to have that problem, and you can do a couple layers if you like. But basically, if you kind of fold it over itself, you just don't want to be able to see through it, especially on the ears, because there's, you know, you could put felt on the ears if you'd want to bulk it out. And after I did it, I thought, maybe I should have, you know, where there's no fur. But you know, again, you lay it on there heavy enough or do a couple layers, it turned out fine. It turned out fine, but just a suggestion. An afterthought, maybe I should have bulked it out a little bit. So we just get that glued around on the back. Alright. Yeah, look at him looking at you, that eye. Ooh. Yee. Give you the heebie-jeebies. He is creepy. So just wrap your gauze and just layer it over the edge of the fur so that plenty of fur is sticking out. My son thinks this is the funniest thing. I showed it to him when it was done. He was like, "Mom, you're crazy." But I don't care. I enjoy doing it. Oh, there's the finger protectors. And you can find those anywhere. They're just little silicone caps. You can get them at Hobby Lobby or Amazon. I believe Dollar Tree has them, but I'm not sure. I got mine at Hobby Lobby. But yeah, see, I had to conserve my gauze because that's all I had. But again, you start with a full roll, and I couldn't tell you how long, if there's different lengths, if there's I don't know, but you definitely want the rolled type. You can get it in any pharmacy. Just glue it down as you go. Oh, we got some rockin' music now. So I'm just going to trim this off and glue it down. And if you have a whole roll of gauze, you can probably pretty much just keep going with one piece. But since I knew I was limited, I used just what I had to, you know. And I did each ear separately. And again, that's a preference too. You can do each ear separately. or do one ear, and then once you do the second ear, just continue down around the face. But it depends on where your fur is. You want it to go in the proper direction where the fur still shows, so you just kind of have to play with it, wrap it around. You can wrap it around there and look at it before you start gluing it, obviously. Just make sure you got it in the right place before you commit. Fluff the fur out a little bit. So now I've got both ears covered, and I'm starting to figure out where I want to place it on the face. And I came across the top to hide the top of the piece of fur across the forehead. And then see, we want that eye peeking out. I went back to the rocket meat. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, you can see what I'm doing here. Just getting that gauze glued down here and there. And you'll see when I come back around the front that I had just enough to go around it. So if you start out with more gauze, then you can put a couple layers if you want. But if you bunch it up and kind of fold it over itself, then you can get a couple layers of it. Alright, gauze is on there. And you can see it's just one layer there, and I'm going to go back and kind of fold it over. Glue the fur down a little bit better first. So you just kind of bunch it up on top of itself, and then you get a little better coverage. But yeah, it's just enough gauze to pull it off. There we go. Starting to look like something now. Okay, so now we're going to go back with our brown eyeshadow and dirty up the gauze just like we did the fur. You can use makeup for all kinds of things with this stuff. Nice and dirty. Starting to look like a bunny mummy. And you'll see in the reveal that I went back and added a little bit of fur above the eye there, and there he is in all his glory. I think it's just so damn cute and funny. I love it. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. Thank you so much for being here and crafting with me today. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It will really help my channel grow so I can keep bringing you more fun, budget-friendly DIYs. Until next time, keep crafting and have fun with it. Bye.